change the subject. So we need to change subject of this to x. Now, first step, I'm going to write this with x on the left-hand side, because I want my x to end up on the left-hand side, and it should make it easier if I do that step first. And these two are interchangeable, they're equivalent. So that's all good. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to think, what's the quote like weakest operation? So what's at, if you say to yourself bod mass, the closer it is to the right, i.e. the end of the word, the s, the weaker it is. So you just start with the weakest, so you go from right to, if we have bod mass, guys, you start on the right, and then you go to the left.
Samdob.
I think that's a okay way of expressing it. So I know, oh look, subtract is weak, and add is weak. So, oh look, add. So then we have to do the opposite. So g root x equals y minus h. Next step, we're going along. Oh look, we have a multiplication, which is next weakest. What are we doing? We're multiplying by g. So then we do root x equals y minus h over g. Because when you take it over to the other side of the equation, you do the opposite. You do the inverse operation. Hence why a multiply becomes a divide and a addition becomes a subtraction. So how do we get rid of this root function? Well, we need to think of it. If I want to explain it well, we know that if you know your surds and are able to do that, you know that square root of something times the square root of something equals something, i.e. what we're trying to find. So, but what is this can also be expressed as that squared. So we need to square the left-hand side, because root x times root x squared is equal to x. So if we're squaring the left-hand side, then we also need to square the right. So as you can see, so our left is x. Why? Because we've multiplied it, we've squared it, and then, as I've shown you there, and then on this side, we need to square this entire thing, which means it must go in brackets, guys. Like that. And that's your answer.